Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to a new video. It's a discussion video which I've been meaning to do now for a bit of time. It's been on my idea list and now I just decided, no more delaying, let me just do it, right? It's defending Super Saiyan Blue. Let's begin. Okay, Super Saiyan Blue, I'm not gonna lie, Super Saiyan Blue is not the most liked transformation in Dragon Ball, and I would argue it's the most hated transformation in Dragon Ball. And I understand why people hate it. I can see the reasons why people may not like Super Saiyan Blue. And I kind of agree with a lot of them. I see why and I understand why. But some of these people are just hating to hate. You know what I mean? They're just hating and it's just overhated at some point. So today I'm gonna try to not convince, but try to make some people understand why this transformation is so overhated, and hopefully you can come to your own conclusion, and I'll give you my own opinion by the end. Now let's begin with, I'll bring up 4 points, right? 4 points which I feel like bring out the most complaints out of people. And the first point will be the introduction. Now, Super Saiyan Blue did not have the best introduction. It was lackluster, to say the least. And yes, I know this is a defending Super Saiyan Blue video, but we can all agree, and there is no doubt, that the introduction was lackluster. Like, for every argument I can use to defend Super Saiyan Blue, the introduction ain't one of them. But if I had to fix it, here's what I do. In the anime specifically, instead of using Super Saiyan Blue in Resurrection F, I just have them continue using Super Saiyan God and continue using it until the Universe 6, Universe 7 tournament, where instead of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Goku uses Super Saiyan Blue instead. Because this not only allows Super Saiyan Blue to be used for a decent amount of time until Ultra Instinct comes along, but it also allows Super Saiyan God to be used for at least a good 2 sagas until it's replaced, which is a decent medium. So yeah. Also, I've heard some people say that Super Saiyan Blue should have been introduced in the Goku Black saga, specifically where Goku Black is telling Goku how he killed his family and all of that, and that rage where Goku powers up should have turned him from Super Saiyan God to Blue instead. And I can see why people say that, but me personally, my opinion here, I'm kind of happy that they didn't do that, because the whole thing of raging to transform, I feel like it's better left off in Dragon Ball Z and with Gohan, because Gohan still does that, right? It's his whole shtick. And yeah, but last time Goku actually raged to transform was in Super Saiyan 1. We don't know how he got Super Saiyan 2. It was shown off screen, or it wasn't shown, it was off screen. But last time he raged to transform, I think it was the only time even, but it was Super Saiyan 1. And then from then on, Gohan was the whole race to transform with, Super Saiyan 2, then now Beast. So God Ki, it just removed that whole thing of, being angry to transform, as each transformation, that any divine transformation, they never had to do that. So I feel like it's better left in the past, or just at least left with Gohan and Broly. I forgot about him, but also Broly. Now, let's go on to point number 2. The design. Okay, this may be an unpopular opinion, okay, but I kind of like the design of Super Saiyan Blue. I won't lie, I agree that it's just the recolor of Super Saiyan. I won't even deny that, because that's genuinely true. It's literally just Super Saiyan but blue, you know what I mean? But my argument here is that, what did people expect it to be? I'm genuinely curious what people expected Super Saiyan Blue to be designed as, because Super Saiyan Blue is literally just Super Saiyan with God Ki. You know what I mean? So it's no surprise to me that it's just a recolor, because it's literally Super Saiyan but with another form of Ki, so it's gonna be a different color. Y'all see where I'm coming from, right? And I also like the fact that the divine forms, Super Saiyan God and Blue specifically, are somewhat representations of fire. I say somewhat, but I think they are just straight up representations of fire. Like how Super Saiyan got, it's red in color. It's literally the color of the common fire we see every day, the fire we know and love, and right. And Super Saiyan Blue being an even hotter fire color, which is blue. Another example of this being in My Hero Academia, Endeavor. We go from his normal amber colored flames, the hard red flames. Then if you want, with a bit of concentration, they can summon more powerful blue flames. You know what I mean? So that's how it is for me, and I just like the small symbolism of it and how it just makes sense that the design is what it is, even if it's just a recolor. It's a recolor that to me just makes sense, and I love it. Now, point number 3. Now, this is a point that I kind of agree with the most, and that's Super Saiyan Blue is overused. In a matter of saying, like, it's used everywhere where it doesn't need to be used. And yeah, I agree with that, because Super Saiyan Blue is by far the most used transformation in Dragon Ball history. Like, in the series, right, is by far the most used. Like, even in places where there's no need to go that far, he goes that far, right? And this is not helped by the fact that Super Saiyan Blue lasted forever. Wait, is it helped by the fact that whatever? It's increased by the fact that Super Saiyan Blue is like the second arc in Dragon Ball Super. It was introduced then in the final arc of Dragon Ball Super, that's when it was replaced. If you include Kaioken, then I can see, but if Kaioken still technically has Super Saiyan Blue in the name, you just put a technique on top of it. But not gonna lie, the more I think about it, the more I don't want to include it, because in most media, games and all that, it is classified as a different form. But in some games, so you have to go Super Saiyan, then you have Kaioken. For the sake of simplicity, I'm not gonna include Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, but even if I don't include Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue is still used for like multiple arcs. Like, it's used in Resurrection F. In the majority of the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, it's used in the Goku Black Saga, since Goku didn't use Kaioken in there, so it was the main transformation then. And even some of the Tournament of Power before, and even Goku. Wait, did he use Super Saiyan Blue after he got Ultra Instinct? Not sure there, but before Goku got Ultra Instinct, he used Super Saiyan Blue, right? He even used Kaioken, but we're not counting that. So it's present in every single arc in Dragon Ball Super except the first one where it was not introduced, right? So even if like let me not forget the Broly movie as well. It was used for the entirety of the Broly movie, so you see what I mean? And even if we go into manga territory, it's used for the majority of the Mortal arc until like the final fight. So the fight on Earth, right? So before Earth, Goku and Vegeta are just using Super Saiyan Blue throughout the entire arc. And I believe Vegeta used Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, or whatever the evolution name is in the manga, because it is technically different from Super Saiyan Blue, but it's not named Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. It's similar, but I believe it's not exactly the same. But you know what I mean, right? So Super Saiyan Blue is so used. It's used every single arc, except the arc where it does not exist. So I can see why some people complain about it. It's overused. And not gonna lie, I agree, right? I agree. And I can see why it's a complaint. But real quick, I'd like to, a bit of an argument, one I've seen on Reddit the most, but also anywhere I've seen Super Saiyan Blue be discussed, I've seen this argument. When he used it against Krillin, right? When he used it against Krillin in Dragon Ball Super, the anime, he did not need to use Super Saiyan Blue, is the argument I've seen. And I agree and I don't agree as well. Because, yeah, he didn't need to use Super Saiyan Blue because Goku is way above Krillin in power by now. He's been above Krillin since Dragon Ball, but now it's just astronomical difference. Like, it's not even close. So to transform into his most powerful form at that time is just unnecessary, right? But I can see why he did it, right? This is the part where I disagree. You remember, like, just before they were recruiting for the Tournament of Power, they were in the Universe 6. No, not the Universe 6. They were in the Zen Exhibition tournament where they fought Universe 9, the Tree of Danger. Now, note that I believe Gohan and Goku both said that the Tree of Danger, you cannot sense their power. They're like androids, right? Their powers cannot be sensed. So Goku, facing Krillin, he wanted to show, or at least is my headcanon, but I believe that's what makes sense. That's what makes sense the most, right? He wanted to show Krillin what he may have been facing in the tournament. One, people who are way stronger than him, and two, people who he can't sense, right? So what's the best way to do that? To transform into a god form, which people without god ki cannot sense. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. So this is the part where I kind of agree with them, because he could have just went Super Saiyan God to prove that point, or he could have just used god ki in base. Because can they do that? I believe, do they have to activate Super Saiyan God and Blue and Ultra Instinct and all that to be able to use God Ki, or can they use God Ki in their base? Because Vegeta was able to sense Whis and Goku coming when Whis went to fetch Goku for training. He was able to sense them while in base. So yeah, I'm curious about that, right? But I'm digressing. Goku could have just used Super Saiyan God. But some people say, or at least what I've seen on Reddit, is that God Ki, or Super Saiyan Blue specifically, gives perfect use or perfect ki control, right? So if it gives perfect ki control, it can allow Goku to use like even 0.01% of his power, which, yeah, I can see happening, because Super Saiyan Blue achieves both the objectives Goku wants to show Krillin, which is what he's going to do against the enemy he can sense, and the enemy he's way stronger than, because he knows Krillin is not a fighter anymore. He doesn't fight as much as when they were kids, so he's trying to measure him and see what he would do in such a situation. So again, I disagree that because of what I've mentioned before, he wanted to test Krillin and all of that, and his previous experiences with the Tree of Danger. But I also agree, he could have just used Super Saiyan God, or he could have just used God Ki in base, if that's possible, right? So that's the one example. Oh, another example, by the way, of its overusage, I guess Android 17, because the same things I said about Krillin don't apply to Android 17, because Android 17 can't sense anyway, right? You can't sense anyway. So this is the case where I just say Super Saiyan Blue is overused. If I'm not mistaken, in the manga, I actually haven't read that part of the manga, or at least I forgot about it. He didn't use Super Saiyan Blue to test 17. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. It'll probably be on screen right now what he used, or a panel or something. So yeah, that's my biggest problem, and one that I agree with the most. But now to point number 4, and this is the final point, is going to be the lack of wins Super Saiyan Blue has. Now this is one I disagree with kind of the most, because honestly Super Saiyan Blue doesn't have that many wins. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking just Frieza right now. That's all that's coming to mind of wins in Super Saiyan Blue. I'm not counting, should I say, filler arcs? They're technically not filler now, because the manga and anime are deviated, but the Copy Vegeta arc, I forgot what happens, that it's really not memorable, so I really didn't care about it. But I'll look at it, it'll probably be on screen again if Goku won that fight, so I'll count it, but it's one that's just is there, I guess. But notable villains, right? That's where I'm not the biggest fan of this argument, because when you go for notable villains, this can apply to almost every single transformation or Saiyan transformation in Dragon Ball. Let's go through them one by one, right? Super Saiyan, right? When Super Saiyan came and defeated Frieza, okay, then Trunks came in and defeated Frieza again and King Cold. Then the next win is Android 19. After that, Super Saiyan never took a win, or at least from anyone notable or promising or whatever, right? It never took a win. Android 19 was the last win. Android 18 and 17 whooped Super Saiyan's ass. Cell, well, Vegeta could have won the fight, but you know, it was Vegeta in the Cell Saga, so yeah, he didn't win. So moving on, after that, Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2, as far as I remember, only got one win, and that was against Cell in its introduction. Super Saiyan 2 never got a win after that because Dabura and Gohan, I don't believe they finished the fight. Again, it will be on screen if I'm mistaken, or if I'm spitting, it will be on screen right now. But Dabura vs Gohan didn't finish the fight. Goku versus Vegeta, that fight was also unfinished. That one I know perfectly was not unfinished. No, it was unfinished, so there was no winner there. As much as Vegeta fans will love to tell you that Vegeta won, the fight was called off, then Vegeta snuffed him, so it was a draw. So that doesn't count as a win, right? After that, Super Saiyan 3 was introduced, essentially making Super Saiyan 2 even more useless than before. Now, Super Saiyan 3. That's a form that has never gotten a win, like ever. Even in its introduction, Goku just straight up said, yeah, I'm good. I achieved my objective, therefore I'm leaving, right? So, in its introduction, never got a win. In the end of the Buu Saga, technically didn't get a win because the Spirit Bomb and Super Saiyan was the one that won. If he went Super Saiyan 3, I would have counted it, but he didn't. He went Super Saiyan 1. So after that, Super Saiyan God came in, and Super Saiyan God also has no wins. It's in its introduction, it lost against Beerus. After that, we all know what happened to Super Saiyan God, and yeah, no, it's a shame. After that, the next time Super Saiyan God was used was against Kale and Caulifla, but we all know what happened there. Kale and Caulifla went into Kefla and they beat Super Saiyan God Goku's ass. So now, Super Saiyan Blue came in, introductory arc, and defeated Frieza. Because some people, for some reason, forget this, but Goku lost against Frieza, right? He technically lost due to sorbet and all that. Vegeta came in and he technically lost because he died. But Goku went Super Saiyan Blue to kill Frieza, meaning Super Saiyan Blue is the winner there, right? Now, Super Saiyan Blue, I don't think it took another win, another proper win, ever. Yeah, I don't think it took, because against Hit, out of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, even if you count Kaioken, Goku technically didn't win against Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Wait, against Hit. And the Goku Black arc, we all know what happened there. I don't want to talk about it too much, but a video will be coming there. How do I fix the Goku Black arc? Because I feel like it went on too long, and the ending, we all know about the end. So I will just do a little video there one day. And yeah, I'm digressing again. In the Tournament of Power, obviously Ultra Instinct was the new shiny toy, and Super Saiyan Blue wasn't gonna win. Right, cool. Now we move on to, oh, actually, if you count Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, then sure, then it technically won against Topo. So I'll give you that one. But other than that, oh, I almost forgot again. Against Broly, Gojira beat Broly's ass. GG. Vegeta, I'm not counting it because he didn't finish the job. Zamasu was immortal, so there was nothing he can do there. But Gojira, due to interference from Chi-Lai, he was gonna kill Broly. He was milliseconds away from killing Broly, but Chi-Lai, did Chi-Lai things and teleported Broly out. But Gojira still won the fight because he was dead either way. He was dead. There was no chance. So yeah, that was the last win. So Super Saiyan Blue got 2 wins, or 3 if you count Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So I would say 2 for simplicity's sake. So Super Saiyan Blue got 2 wins, and that's it. Surprisingly, more than Super Saiyan 2 and more than Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan 3. And remember, I'm only counting notable villains, so main villains, or at least somewhat below that, like Android 19 and 20, or Topo, or I don't know, maybe even Cell Juniors. I'll even give you Cell Juniors because they were the second strongest after Cell, right? I'll even give you Babiri at this point, right? Yeah, so you know what I mean. That's all I'm counting. Anything below even that, it's not a proper win. If you wanna count it, that's cool, but I'm not for this case. So this argument of its lack of wins, it's funny because it has less wins than Super Saiyan 1, but it has more wins than every single other transformation. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it has more wins than Ultra Instinct, but I think it does. I'm not exactly sure about that, but anything, I think it has its top 3 wins in the series. Super Saiyan 2, 3, and God have less wins than Super Saiyan Blue. So unless I'm mistaken, which I don't think I am. Super Saiyan Blue has more wins than people think, which is not many because transformations in Dragon Ball don't have many wins actually. When I was researching this real quick, transformations in Dragon Ball do not have many wins. Like, they lose more than they win. Like, that's actually funny to think about. They lose more than they win. Like, even the introductory episode for the transformation in Safe, cause Super Saiyan God and 3, they didn't win. So yeah, even in Ultra Instinct, technically didn't win cause Jiren was up like a couple seconds later, was facing Goku, Frieza, and all of that. So technically, in its introductory arc, even in the manga, I don't believe I don't believe Ultra Instinct won. So yeah, transformations in Dragon Ball don't have many wins, and Super Saiyan Blue, due to its longevity and it being the poster boy, it has more wins than usual, right? Funny enough, the poster boy of the modern day Dragon Ball only has less wins than the poster boy of the old school Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan. Only has less wins, yeah. So yeah, it's funny to think about poster boys having the most wins. So yeah, that's all the arguments. Hopefully people understand a bit more why I don't mind Super Saiyan Blue and why I think it's overhated. It's not even my favorite transformation. Like, if I had to rank my favorite transformations, it'll be Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 4. Right? That's my favorite transformation, top 3. Then Super Saiyan Blue will probably be like below Super Saiyan 2. Like, the bottom tier for me is like Super Saiyan 3, and then comes Super Saiyan Blue, then God, then God, then Super Saiyan 2, then my top 3, which is 4, 1, and Ultra Instinct. I'm mostly referring to Goku transformations, because when I go to other transformations, I'll have to think up a whole list. So yeah, in fact, that's a whole video idea right there. Dragon Ball, I don't know, different color hair tier list, aka transformation tier list. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please give your own comments or thoughts and please give your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'll try to reply. Please give your own thoughts and comments in the comment section. I'll reply to every single one of you, telling you how wrong you are for your opinion. And thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye bye.